everybody, and welcome to Season 2 of The Feather. In today's very special episode, we will go over the top tiers of Indigenous tribes. Then, we'll go live to Mosaic Stadium for the opening Rough Riders game. After that, we have a word from our sponsors, and then we interview Saskatchewan's first Indigenous police chief. And finally, we'll go over how to survive the COVID-19 pandemic. But I hope you're ready to rate Indigenous peoples of America. We have invented an inclusive rating system to determine just how deadly certain Indigenous peoples are. Our rating system works like this. RD for real deadly, PD for pretty deadly, D for deadly, and JLD for just a little deadly. For the first peoples we'll be looking at, they will be the Cree, or Nehia, the mighty buffalo hunters. Pros: largest amount of Indigenous people. Cons: thus they are capable of being racist under the Oxford definition of racism. Pro: they fought the Saskatchewan government. Con: they lost. Next on the docket, we have the Mohawk, or Kenyan Kahaka, the first farmers. Pro: contrary to popular belief, there is some agricultural history for Indigenous peoples. The Mohawk, or the children of the corn. Wait, no, that's not right. Anyway, they discovered corn. Con: they didn't discover a way to keep it out of your teeth. Pro: they fought the government recently, a la Oka. Con: they lost. Pro: they play lacrosse. Con: a lot of them play with women's hearts. Those dastardly handsome bastards. Pro: they are known for their metal workers and they help build the World Trade Centers. Actually, I think they would be at the top of the list. However, their signature hairstyle was easily culturally appropriated by angsty punks. Next up, we have the Haida, the freshest fishers on the block. Pro: they have the most recognizable culture. Being the people of the totem poles, they were wise enough to know that their deadliness should be seen for miles. But you have to wonder, are they overcompensating for something? Nah, just kidding. Being a Cree, I wish we would have erected something as well. The Haida have their totem poles, but as Crees, we know what it's like to get real deep in the bush. Pro: they live on unceded land, which means if you're in BC and you see a billboard, you're on native land. You're a tourist. Every white person is I would say they would be at the top of the list. However, Justin Trudeau has a Haida tattoo, and not to mention that their art style is the most culturally appropriated art style in the tattoo industry. That shit's permanent. Is it Seminole or Seminole? Finally, we have the Seminole, the business Indians. They also were an agricultural peoples. They had the green corn dance. They were the first traders with European settlers, and they ate alligators. They ate alligators? Shit, that's ballin'. Oh, and they have high stakes bingo? And wait, they went to court and won the right to keep having high stakes bingo, essentially paving the way for gaming in all Indigenous industry? Oh wait, there's more. Oh, they own the Hard Rock Cafe. Well, there we have it. Hey, why are we at the bottom? Whatever. Are you ready for some football? We go live to Mosaic Stadium.
Welcome to the Rough Riders opening game. We are in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada.
1700 Elphin South Street, Regina South, S4P2Z6. Mosaic Stadium is an open-air stadium in Regina, Saskatchewan. Announced on July 12, 2012, the stadium replaced Mosaic Stadium at Taylor Field as the home field of the Canadian Football League's Saskatchewan Roughriders. It was designed by HKS Inc. in joint venture with B+H, the architects of record. Preliminary construction on the new stadium began in early 2014, and it was declared substantially complete on August 31st, 2016. The stadium is owned by the City of Regina and operated by the Regina
Exhibition Association Limited. And a part of the... Wait, is this really necessary?
Just say it, we're gonna get in trouble.
And a part of the Treaty 6 territory. Okay, you know what? Saying that made me feel good. Treaty 6 is homeland to the Metis.
Are you kidding? The Metis? She probably hasn't even met any of us.
Homeland of the,
You never fucked this up! She's a racist! 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 Racist!
Well, that was a train wreck. Now, this is how a land acknowledgement is done.
Okay, so here is the deed to all the land in Canada.
Woo! Fuck yeah, we did it, boys. Fuck Harper, fuck Perry, fuck Trudeau. You're cool. Shit is going to get lit. Today, it's Canada Day. Woo!
Woo! We did it, boys! And now, a word from our sponsors. Hello, everybody. Are you sick and tired of playing dice with the boys? And are you tired of pounding the bingo cards on a night out with the crew? Well, then we've got a game for you. Today, we are announcing a new board game called Treaty 6 The Gathering. Now is your chance to colonize a culture. That's right, land so nice, you get to steal it twice. In this fun-filled family game, friends become enemies. Enemies become, well, frankly, even worse enemies. Because let's face it, no one really knows anything about treaties. That's why in this game, you can learn a thing or two. If one of your players gets smallpox, guess what? We have a vaccine card for that to get you right back in the game. And we also feature face cards that players can use to get out of jail or somehow swindle more land out of the hands of Indians. Let's face it, you know you want to do it. All this and more for 69 payments of $4.20. Haha, yeah. And if you call within the next 30 minutes, we'll accept a payment of 5 beaver pelts or a cup full of tears from Justin Trudeau. Treaty 6 The Gathering. Now is your chance to colonize an entire culture. That's right, land so nice, you have to steal it twice. I'm for surely playing that game. Now we go to Sean Loose Moose interviewing Saskatchewan's first Indigenous police chief.
So we're very excited to have you with us here today and excited to talk about your new job. Is there anything that you plan to do differently?
I'm glad you asked that question. Being the new Indigenous police chief, things are going to change, that's for sure. We are going to put the public at ease, and that's for sure.
Ah, so it sounds like you got some new policies in place.
Exactly. And it's all outlined in the new terms of engagement, which I work so hard on myself. In fact, that's even changed. It is now going to be known as smudge 'em before you budge 'em.
Can you elaborate?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but from here on out, officers must acknowledge that they're beating a criminal suspect on Treaty 6 territory. And of course, we smudge the person before we get them to comply.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Terrific, I know.
Okay, well, what are you planning to do to de-escalate the situation with MMIWG?
Have you seen the statues out front of the police station?
Yeah?
Boom. Done.
Okay. Well, the Starlight Tours have left a lasting scar on Saskatoon. Is there anything you plan to do to heal that scar?
Well, we already tried Wikipedia, but I'm very proud of this. From here on out, every squad car will now come equipped with an emergency pair of mucklucks. So if the officer cannot help himself and has to take someone to the outskirts, he'll be able to give that weary traveler a pair of mucklucks for his journey home. These bad boys, well, they're gonna save some lives.
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts on defunding the police?
Defund the police? How are we supposed to pay for your statues? In fact, the police need per diems. The police department, per diems. They both make PD. In fact, we need more money. By the way, you got $20 I could borrow for Timmy's?
Oh, no, not for like a week.
Figures.
Okay, well, recently an officer was caught on camera beating an unarmed Indigenous man.
Oh yeah, that was a beauty.
A beauty?
Well, look, the officer in question is totally married to an Indigenous woman. So he can't be racist. And he goes to ceremony. So basically, he gave him a blessing in disguise.
So here's a different question for you. What do you think is more effective, a full Nelson or a chokehold?
In fact, that wouldn't even matter from here on out. We are introducing a new program designed to help Indigenous chiefs learn how to counter a hit, or rather, take a hit from a police officer with proper tumbling technique and all. From here on out, Indigenous chiefs from all over the province will be able to safely receive a good old-fashioned RCMP beatdown, and they're going to need it because we are coming for them.
Ooh, okay then. Well, what are your thoughts on Oka?
Oka. What is that, some sort of savage ritual?
It was a huge important event.
Whoa, hey, calm down, sir. Stop resisting.
As if.
Well, I didn't expect that to go any different. But with Sean Loose Moose off the streets, I definitely do feel safer. Alrighty, now we cut to our most deadly host, Danny Knight.
Yeah, Doc. The rash is back again. No, I haven't been sharing my yoga mat with anyone. Oh shit, we're live? Thanks, Danny. I was just talking to my doctor, who was telling me about the importance of protection, especially for the face. Yes, today we are talking about COVID-19 and how it has not only ruined all your plans for 2020, but also how it's pushed back all the ugly layers on society and revealed a faction of ignorant people. Take this photo, for example. That's right. Her sign says, wear a mask or go to jail. This photo is from 100 years ago, and we still haven't learned from our past mistakes. So what I want to do is to deliver a message to the people of 2120, who are most likely going through a pandemic of their own or are extinct from climate change. We're sorry that Donald Trump was president, and we're sorry that Kanye West was thinking about it. We aren't smart people. All right. The thing about COVID-19 is that it has also revealed the inequities in society that people were previously blind to. Take, for instance, how the epidemic has hit Indigenous communities. I bet you didn't know that ever since Canadians have been in quarantine, the buffalo have returned to Wanaskewin. This time, don't tell the white guys. But also, we've been exposed to how tough it is to access adequate healthcare on reserves. Let's not forget that state of emergencies are a regular occurrence on reserves due to high suicide rates in remote communities. So when everyone was all scared and terrified about a state of emergency, Indigenous people were like, first time. Hurts, doesn't it? Oh, you're afraid of a little lockdown? My great-grandpa had to have a pass to leave the res. Pity you with your furnished apartment and PS4s. Xbox motherfuckers. In short, the public has all of a sudden found out how it is to be Native for the first time. They are getting a glimpse of the Indigenous experience. We're actually on the brink of sending out status cards right now. On this day, we are all status Indians. If you want out, well then you're gonna have to marry outside your race. And furthermore, with this specific pandemic, all of a sudden, it's so popular to wear masks to avoid transmission of the virus. But for some reason, I get funny looks from clerks and security when I put mine on. Though, we are lucky to have the WHO and the SHA offering what little help they can during this pandemic, because when Indigenous peoples were suffering from smallpox, Canada gave us blankets. Don't take any masks from the government, just the money. You know what, I'm getting the doctor on the line again. Hey doc, listen, I'm doing a public service announcement and I need to know if it's mandatory to wear masks or not. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, really? Okay, I'll call you back. So masks aren't mandatory. What the fuck? How can I look at all the deaths from COVID-19 and not wear a mask? Hey, maybe you can help me out here. Canadians ignored all the deaths from residential schools, the deaths from the foster care system, the deaths from all our missing and murdered women. How do I do it? Do I just ignore it for now and make my kids apologize and repent for my sins later? Wild. So if masks are the remedy for COVID-19, what are the remedies for MMIWG? Is it defunding our police or holding them accountable for their actions? What's the remedy for clean water on reserves? Should it involve building a pipeline? Is it more palpable if that pipeline ships oil and clean water, but only clean water on Tuesdays and Thursdays? There are so many things that we need remedies for. Can we get our best minds to work on it like they did this pandemic? Good. Here I am, another Nietzsche asking for handouts. Fuck it. I can't look at all the deaths and not wear a mask. The Saskatchewan government really has done the bare minimum in this regard, and the virus is still spreading.
So I'll be better without the government telling me to. I'll look out for the community, another Indigenous experience you should be on the lookout for. And I'll wear a mask to protect you from me. I'm Danny Knight, and this is The Feather. Could you all stop acting like children?